Welcome back, Sassy Sirens. I have quite the amount of gossip for us to discuss with today's video, so let's just get right into it. So this is a collection that Starbucks used to do. It was called the Cherry Blossom Collection, and it would come out around the March, April-ish time every year. And the collection really just started off strong, and then over the past couple of years, it is kind of just nosedive, which is kind of sad, but nonetheless, I thought I would do a video to talk about kind of a collection that used to be really, really phenomenal. For those of you who have watched a lot of my videos, you know that I have shared that while I still very much so enjoy collecting Starbucks cups, I wish at times they would go back to the yesteryears of making cups just a little bit better than they do now. They have become overly reliant on the studded cup, and of course that has driven a lot of traffic into their stores. Of course, people buy the cups like crazy. They upsell them like crazy. So they're giving people what they want, which makes sense when you run a business, but it would also be nice to see them go back to doing some of their more historically cheeky cups and more intricate cups. I'm holding out hope that at some point they will do that. Anywho, so this collection is all about cherry blossoms. And for those of you who are not familiar with cherry blossoms, they are beautiful flower that Japan is really known for. And they typically blossom around the March to April time. You can see them in Japan. You can see them in Korea. You'll see from this cup that's in the middle, it says Washington, D.C. A number of decades ago, Japan actually gifted America, specifically Washington, D.C., with a number of cherry blossom trees. So you can also go to Washington, D.C. to see cherry blossoms in all of their splendor. Like, they are just absolutely beautiful. And from my years of living abroad and spending time abroad in Korea and Japan, and it really is, it's a vibe to really, it's an event to go see the cherry blossom trees, especially when they're just blooming so strong and so beautiful. So if you've never seen them in person and you live in the U.S., maybe start with a trip to Washington, D.C., and it's just such a beautiful experience. Anywho, so here are a number of the cups that I have that are Starbucks Cherry Blossom cups. And again, I'll just start kind of with the one that's in the middle. When I went to Washington, D.C. a couple of years ago to actually see the cherry blossom trees, this cup was being sold in their stores, and it's pretty because it's red, and then you have the pink cherry blossom flowers on it, and it's see-through. So, and it's meant to be very simple. It says Washington, D.C. on the side right there. It's definitely meant to be a simplistic cup. I don't carry it a lot outside of cherry blossom season. I don't know why. It's not that I don't like it. It's not that I don't think it's pretty. I mean, it's red and pink's my favorite color, so I probably should carry it more often. But I just, when you think of a season, that's kind of when you grab certain cups, similar to my Valentine's Day cups. I carry those a lot more in that February time and a little bit less throughout the year. Not because I don't love them, but it's just in my heart and my mind and my body and my spirit, it's a Valentine's cup, so I carry it around Valentine's. This is a cherry blossom cup, so I carry it around cherry blossom season. And then I'm going to go to the cup over here on the right that gives very, very tropical vibes, right? It's blue with these gigantic pink flowers on them that are light pink, dark pink, a little bit of white flowers that are pink. The top is a plastic cup or plastic top, so it's that teal blue. This cup has a year of 2016 on it, so it seems about right of when this cup came out, because I definitely have had it for a long time. I do carry this around cherry blossom season, but also a lot during the spring, because it gives off that very big spring vibe to it. So we've got our siren there in the middle. It does not say Starbucks vertically anywhere on the cup. It's all about the siren that's in the middle. Kind of weird that this cup is super bright and eclectic, and then this part is just black and white, right? So that's a little strange. So maybe that should have been the standard green, because normally you guys know the background here is green and then the siren is white. So, but again, very pretty cup. Last but not least, this cup is I did a video about cups. They were all about the Siren, and I mentioned how that cup had a crack in it and how I have 2 cups that have cracks in it. This cup is the other cup that has a crack in it. This crack is also a lot more obvious than the crack that's on the other cup, maybe because the other cup is also a darker hue, so you can't really see the crack, whereas this cup is very pale pink, so you can absolutely see the crack. I don't even have it up close to the camera and you can see the crack. So I don't carry it very often because of that, because I'm sensitive to how it looks, because the cup looks less than perfect. So I don't carry it very often. I don't know, maybe in some point in life I will search for a replacement cup and pay an uptick price for it, just to have a cup that's beautiful again, because this isn't very beautiful. This is also 2016, so these cups would have came out during the same season of the cherry blossom release. I'll bring it closer so you can see it. It has the smaller cherry blossom flowers on it, and the cup is predominantly pink with a pink top. It saddens me about the crack because I am, you know, I can't say it enough about this being my favorite color. And it's a cup that I should be carrying way more than I do. But because of the crack, and I'm very sensitive to how the cup looks, I don't carry this. I was going to say I don't carry it very often, but actually I don't think I carry it at all. And that's kind of sad. So maybe at some point I'll go find a replacement online, and depending on the price, you know, I'll purchase a new one, so that way I'm not dealing with the shame, the shame of the crack that's in this cup. So again, the cherry blossom collection has essentially been really replaced by the sakura collection that comes out in Japan around this time, and it's a big, you know, to do in Japan, but we really don't see the flavor in the US anymore like we used to, because Starbucks would put out a cherry blossom collection around this time every year, and they don't do it anymore, at least not in the US, and that's sad, because we have cherry blossom trees here too. So hopefully they'll get back to doing that. Even when I see some of the collections that are coming out of some of the other countries, I'm not super impressed. I did see a Sakura collection come out of Korea recently that looked pretty good, but what has come out of like the collection in Japan or anything like that, I haven't been jumping at it, just because it's been really less impressive in my opinion. So anywho, sound off in the comments of what you think about the cherry blossom collection, and if Starbucks should go back to making that worldwide, and if it's worth it, and if you collected those cups during that time or not. And give this video a like, give this channel a subscribe if you're enjoying what you're seeing, and I will see you in the next video. Stay sassy.